Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome to Mount Blade 2 Bannerlord patch note for 1.5.9. As always, I will be going through these with you for the first time. That way you can get my reaction to them. Single player crashes. So we have a bunch of crash fixes. When a hideout boss killed one of the spectator troops during a hideout duel. When pressing Control and plus on the empty icon stack. When switching weapon types in the crafting screen. When secondary usage had been selected. When encountering parties on the campaign map. When trying to talk to a lord in a besieging army. When executing the last non-mercenary lord of a kingdom. When loading a game after activating the lord needs garrison troop quest. Due to a know-how perk bug after attacking a caravan, when entering a settlement after being held prisoner at the time of loading a game, after the conversation with Tacos was finished, after the conversation again, the symbol of the dragon banner, okay. I knew that one was a problem, so they got that one fixed, hopefully. When the conspiracy base of operations quest was completed, when the hideout boss dead, due to clans being created in the last phase of the main story not having their leaders set correctly, when loading an old save that started on the Siege Aftermath menu, which now contains pillaging options, okay, by decision proposals made by eliminated or mercenary clans after losing a battle with an army. So there was a bunch of crash fixes, which of course is always good to have. Save and load. Fix a bug that prevented saving on some game menus. Fixed a bug that made some notables and companions disappear on load. Localization. Fixed missing reference links for non-English language in the concept text of the encyclopedia. Turkish translation, Chinese translation, minor text updates. Art. Added a new clothing for decorated the tunic. Added a new cloak, reinforced neck guard. Performance movements to Sturgia level 2 gatehouse model and fixed cloth physics issues with the Northern Warlord helmet. Animations. NPC characters now have a smoother transition from walking to running when escorting players. Inventory animation refactoring has been completed. Characters no longer reset their animations when a new item is equipped. Audio, more minor ambient sound fixes to scenes. UI, a bunch of changes here. The party screen now shows influence, horse, and morale change on top of gold. Influence gain shows up while donating troops. Horse change shows up while upgrading troops. And morale change shows up when recruiting prisoners. Players are now able to see exactly how much currency they will gain or lose when they close the screen with the Done button. UI code gen. We've implemented a new system for UI screen initialization and execution. This change improves performance and memory usage. That is what we always want to see. The more they keep doing that, if it's successful, that is allowing you to be able to run more graphics. Gamepad navigation movements. Players can now navigate some selected screens with the D-pad. Initial menu and conversations with D-pad up and down. While on the campaign map, when the cursor is at the center, players can click D-pad left, focus on the game menu, and navigate the game menu with up and down. Clicking right and down on the stage at that stage will focus on the map bar, and using D-pad left and right will navigate the map bar. From the center, right will focus on the map notifications and will focus on the portals on the settlement overlay. So that is for gamepad navigation. Added a color switcher button to the banner editor. This will swap the current colors with the background colors, which that's pretty cool. Added conformity bar and tooltip to party prisoner tuples, I guess is what they want to call it. Moved governor assignment teleportation actions to town management pop-up close to avoid unwanted teleportation of clan members. Added a new illustration to the Kingdom Diplomacy screen background. Added a new issue solved by heroes notification to settlement events to inform players about actions that AI lords are taking when entering a settlement. And I'm not sure if that means when they complete issues is what I'm thinking, because AI lords can complete quests. So I'm not sure if that's going to be too much of a problem in seeing a bunch of them pop up. Improved how rich text icons are displayed. They're now shown more clearly, gold icon and text. Added a warning red color text to map info bar size label. It will now turn red if the main party is currently over the party limit. A nice little feature. Let you know, hey, you're over. Added ransom broker to the mission name markers. Added a new rebellion map event icon. Changed workshop names to reflect their names rather than their job name. This will make the naming consistent with other screens. Improved visibility of the green arrow on the campaign map that showed up for gamepad navigation. Added map notification for gained traits. That's actually not bad. The trait system is a little bonkers right now, so it would be nice to see that and to also have them really mean something. Inventory menu plus and minus keys now buy and sell all when complying with control. Fixes. Fixed small layout issues in recruitment, base gen, options, quests, crafting, character development, encyclopedia, gift feed, inventory, and education screens. Fixed a bug that caused the last location in notable tooltips to appear twice. Fixed a bug that caused the X-Bandit hero died notification. The party tooltip to be different from the actual speed. That I had not known about. So the actual party speed could have been different than what the tooltip was showing us. That's very nice to know. Menu text to appear incorrectly after a hostile action has been ended by a declaration of peace. Raid icon to show after saving loading the game in a recent raided settlement. The pillaging option not to be clickable after sieges. That was still missing, the pillage. But right now, pillaging isn't even worth doing. It's just not worth it. Battles and sieges. Killing a lord on the battlefield no longer triggers relation penalty. I thought that was in 1.5.8. Not sure why it is here twice, unless that just wasn't working. Fixed a bug that prevented routed agents from switching to run mode. Spectator ghost camera mode in missions now considers scrolling through more important characters first, such as general. That's the same thing we already had. I thought we already had that. Parties with high wounded ratio now visit settlements more often to reduce the risk of being caught by enemies. That's the same thing. I remember that. Fixed the prosperity loss calculations for pillaging. Fixed a pillaging related bug where the AI would take into account the settlement owner's culture instead of, we had that as well, and fixed the bug that caused the incorrect AI formation behavior. So quite a few of those battles and sieges we've already had. I'm just not sure if they weren't working. Character development. Sandbox mode has been added. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. Weight and build sliders have been added to both sandbox and campaign mode. Sandbox mode allows players to choose a starting age group, which I love. Sandbox starting positions on the world map are determined by selected character culture. Another great one. Pick them off the walls and make them pay perks have now been implemented. Not sure where they're going. Crafted stamina and stamina recovery rate now scales with a smithing skill. Wow. That means I think that means the higher you get in smithing, the more you're going to be able to actually smith, and the faster you're going to recover from it. So now it's not just one static number for everybody. Normally you could build 3 weapons. Now maybe as you get higher, you might be able to build 4. Leadership skill effect on morale has been decreased. There it is. This one right here, I think, has been causing a problem where certain troops will not flee during battle. You always get that straggler cavalry that just does not want to leave. So hopefully that fixes that. Riding veterinary perk now has the chance of a hero's mount dying or becoming lame after it falls in battle. So that must not have been working properly. Leadership authority perk secondary effect has been changed to increase party size limit by 5. Tactics swift regroup perk primary effect has been changed to decrease disorganized time for breaking sieges or raids by 15%. Scout Forager's perk secondary effect has been changed to 15% reduced and disorganized state recovery duration. Fixed smithing, sharpened edges, and sharpened tip perks. Those are 2% additional damage with either thrust or cut. So now the entire skill tree should be working. Fixed scouting, vanguard, and rearguard perk and perk effects. Fixed a bug that caused mobile parties to be too fast when they had been called to an army when the call of arms perk. That also should have been fixed in 1.5.8. I specifically remember that. So, yeah, I'm not sure why they're including a lot of this stuff that's already been fixed. I don't know if they're just trying to make it look better. Clan and party. Family members can now be commanded in missions along with companions. Dungeon prisoners are now bardable along with prisoners in the party. Fixed a bug that allowed the players to attack a clan member's party. Fixed a bug that provided passive relation increases when leaving children in a settlement. Also fixed earlier. Fixed a bug that prevented family members from providing a passive relation increase when left in the settlement. Same thing. Fixed a bug that prevented players from assigning new clan roles if the previous one was assigned to a caravan leader. Yeah, that was supposed to have been fixed a long time ago, and yeah, it was not fixed. So hopefully they finally have that one done. Fixed a bug that prevented the player's brother from being able to be assigned as governor or sent to solve issues. I think I heard about that. Fixed a bug that caused some troops to need a horse when upgrading to unmounted troops. Unfortunately, I don't pay attention too much to upgrading. Kingdom and diplomacy. Fixed being able to join an army through conversation after truce. Fixed a bug that caused a ruler's banner to be incorrect after losing control of a kingdom. Fixed a bug that led to unregistered dynamical created kingdoms. Settlement actions. Prison break. All right, finally we got this added. Hopefully it's just as good as what it was in Warband. Players can break into enemy settlements to rescue clan and family members, vassals, friendly, and neutral lords. After approaching a guard with a bribe to let you into the dungeon, the prison break mission will begin. The sum of the bribe depends on the ransom value of the prisoner, security of the settlement, and roguery skill of the player. That is great. So higher roguery, the less you have to pay in the bribe. That is kudos to Tailworld for adding that. More things for roguery. In order to break out the prisoner successfully, both you and the prisoner must defeat all the guards within the dungeon without getting knocked out. Higher security and wall level will make the breakout harder by having more guards stand in the way of you and your escape. Should the prisoner get knocked out in the escape, you'll have to fight your way out alone to save yourself. Leaving the prisoner behind could result in him dying on the dungeon floor or being locked up behind bars again. Should you get knocked out during the escape, you'll become a prisoner or even worse, die. Wow, that is something that you're really going to have to think about. Because I'm sure if you become a prisoner, are you going to lose everything? You lose your party, you lose all your stuff. That's worrisome. Fixed a mission and condition ambiguity that caused the player to skip the bandit boss fight by becoming unconscious just before all the bandits were killed by the player's troops. Fix a bug that prevented town workshop buildings from affecting town construction speed. Quests and issues, a lot of them. Removed randomization, I'm assuming is the word, when calculating issue difficulty. Duration, crime rating gain, and troop requirements have been updated. So they're going to change the duration and the troops for a bunch of them, and then change the crime rating gain on a few of them. So nothing too terrible right there alone, but we're going to get into some of these. Extortion by deserters. Fix the deserter party gaining stuck in or near the quest settlement after the player lost a battle against them. Fixed the deserter party moving too fast. Foot troops in the deserter party are now given tier 2 horses of their culture to boost up party speed. Reduce the size of the deserter party to adjust quest difficulty. I had noticed that when they did rechange this, that there were a lot more. It was a lot harder to do this quest early on. Escort Merchant Caravan. The quest has been redesigned and re-implemented from scratch. Now it would be nice to test that out. I never did that. I just sent a companion out to do it. It was just terrible to do. So it'll be interesting to try that out. Army of Poachers. Changed, added some dialogues. The quest will now fail if the target village is raided or under raid. Ooh, it will fail? Wow. Gotta be careful with that. Although I never take Army of Poachers. It may give -1 security, but it gives +2 prosperity. Well, it's different now. It's going to be like 0.2 or 0.4, the way they change prosperity. So I never really went for it anyway. All right, deliver the herd. The quest time has been decreased from 5 to 30. That is what I've been asking for months. 5 days to deliver. You had to bust butt to get there. They changed it to 30. Absolutely amazing. Love it. The crime rating penalty has been decreased from 30 to 10. Herds were removed from the quest, and the quest dialogues were updated. Herders were removed. So they won't send guys with you, which always caused a problem when you were at full troops. They would send some guys along with you, and some would desert. I still do sell off half. They have not changed that. When you deliver the herd, you can sell off half of it and still not fail the quest. So when you get this, go to a town, sell off half the herd, or cut them up, or use the horses to upgrade troops, and then you only have to deliver the other half. Company of Trouble. The quest reward formula has been updated. The food steal chance and amounts were decreased. Yeah, I never liked doing that quest. You had to take troops from a lord, and you had to convince somebody else to take them, and they just kept stealing your stuff randomly. But to me, it was just too much. Needs drought animals. The number of animals will be determined when the issue is created and will not be changed as long as the issue is active. So therefore, each time it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same every single time how many animals you need. The cost of animals formula has been updated. Fixed a bug that caused the number of requested animals to be different from the quest journal entry. And fixed a bug that caused the quest alternate solution reward gold to be given twice. Scout enemy garrison. Only faction leaders will now be able to give this quest. The quest will affect the quest giver's influence minus 0.1 daily. The scouting skill requirement has been decreased from 40 to 30. Spy Among Us. The base reward value has been increased from 300 to 500. That's a pretty significant jump in the game. That means late game, you're going to be talking about thousands. Art of the Trade. Fix the bug that caused the quest giver to ask for 0 items and give 0 dinars as a reward. Needs access to villager commons. Fix the bug that prevents the rival party from spawning. Notable wants daughter found. Fix the bug that allowed the hero to attack their companions in a duel. Raid an enemy territory. Fix the bug that opened the encounter menu with the quest giver at the end of the conversation. And fix the bug that caused the player to get stuck in a mission when solving the quest with a solution. Conversation and encounter. Fix the bug that caused the next dialogue to be broken after loading a game during an active persuasion attempt. This I remember. When you save scum a wife, there's a chance you can get stuck in one of the conversation modes. So I do remember this, where you would have to, I think, go completely out of the game and come back in. Remove skill templates that overrode designed skill set. Remove non-civilian tagged weapons from civilian starting equipment. I hope that doesn't mean they got rid of our civilian weapons. Those are nice to sell at the beginning. Updated equipment and formations of bandit bosses. Sturgeon veteran bowmen now use the Nordic short bow. Let's hope that is an upgrade. Remove the ability to recording campaign missions since it's not currently supported and causes crashes. Fix the bug that caused some heroes not to spawn after reaching adulthood. Fix some encyclopedia entries that had inconsistent spelling or missing place names. Fixed a bug that allowed the player to kill shop workers in town. Fixed a bug that made new adults naked, which I don't think they're naked at all. They do have some clothes on. Fixed a bug that made a disbanded party named unnamed mobile party. That is like when you marry somebody and she leaves, then that's what they become, unnamed party, until they get back to a town. Fixed a bug that caused all random generated starting players' names to be Batanian. And then there are some multiplayer, which of course I do not really go through because I am not a multiplayer person. Both crashes. Fix a crash that occurred when ending disabling cloth simulation art. Fix a cache of gate colliders that were not fitting the gate properly. Fix the bug that caused snow to flicker in some scenes. Yeah, I think I remember that. You get that a lot up north in Search in Batania. Added the sound occlusion option. It's forced on in multiplayer and can be turned off in single player. UI added a reset to default button to keybind categories and game options. Extended the turn camera with horse and first person option to include always. Improved the readability of query pop-up text. Official modules can now be enabled but not disabled during the launcher. This will address some issues where no modules were loaded. Added some missing characters from Korean, Japanese, and language prompts. Fixed a combat log incorrectly showing a killing blow when one had occurred. That caused the refresh rate option to be reset with the highest option in full screen mode. Yeah, I'd heard about people when they were going to full screen mode having a problem. Fixed the text for bastard swords and axes performance. Greatly improved initial loading of the game by changing how font files are loaded through the other file. Okay, the game did take a long time to load. A super long time. Fixed a memory leak that occurred after entering Steam. Hopefully this is the memory leak that we've been experiencing in 1.5.8. after doing about a 5-hour live stream, it would take me probably 10-12 seconds to save the game. So I know it was a very small memory leak, but let's hope that's been taken care of. Small multi-core usage improvements have been made, and disk usage improvements have been made. So not a whole lot there, but let's hope that we do get a little bit of a boost improvement. Animated claw simulations for capes have been disabled when the agent has a shield on the back. Combat. Fixed a bug that caused archers to ignore cavalry despite, facing the same direction. That was a very terrible known issue. Increased the firing range of archers that are targeting cavalry units. Javelins now deal 75% of their weapon damage to shields, increased from 10%. Wow. Throwing Impale perk now lets javelins penetrate shields as intended. Throwing axes now deal 50% of their weapon damage to shields instead of 10%. Reduced the accuracy of crossbows while moving and added Mountaineer as a negative factor for accuracy. Improved camera collision with objects such as walls and bridges. Combat physics fixed to prevent agents hitting each other at the same frame with kick or bash. Fixed an issue that caused the character to move forward when jumping without any movement. Fixed an issue that caused the wrong dying animation to be picked when the agent was killed with a heavy weapon. And fixed a bug that allowed players to crouch while reloading the crossbow. Other DLSS bug blurring to scaling of dark screen. Fixed a bug that caused corrupted rendering when medium lighting quality. So more improvements. Hopefully that does make things better. Modding. Once again, I am not a modder myself, so I do not really go through them as it just doesn't affect me much. So all in all, what do I say about 1.5.9? To get my honest opinion on this, I'm going to say I'm disappointed. Really disappointed. We got 2 new additions to the game that we can do, which I would call those minor. And we got a little bit of fixing, but when you talk about it, what are the meat and potatoes of it? We still didn't get Charm done. That's still sitting there. They added a few little perks. We could go through now and we can do the breaking out, which you take a real risk of getting captured or worse, killed. I could say maybe the best thing that we got is going to be Sandbox. I've not tried it out. I do plan on streaming it tonight. I'm definitely going to be streaming because I want to test out Sandbox mode. But all in all, if you take the Sandbox out of the equation, personally for me, I'm extremely disappointed. We didn't really get much into this. I'm hoping Sandbox can become that. As I've said, they can take the campaign map and make that and balance the game through the campaign map, but give us more options for Sandbox. So we can adjust the death rate. We can adjust how long that peace treaties are for. Give us options for the Sandbox. What they did they change the starting location? I believe at the start of the game. So, I mean, I would say disappointed. All in all, I would say it's very weak. So that's just my personal opinion of it. I was hoping for more. For me, I'm very disappointed in it. But that's going to be about it. If you would like to see me later, I will be live streaming on YouTube. I'm probably going to be checking out the Sandbox mode, testing out some of the things, including the breakout as well. So I want to test a bunch of this stuff out. So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.